Think about this for a moment. Every day, you wake up, brush your teeth, check your phone, drink tea or coffee, maybe scroll for a while, go to work, eat meals, react to stress, relax at night, and then sleep. Most of these actions feel automatic. You don't consciously decide them each time, you just do them. This is where The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg begins, with a realization that much of our life is run by habits, not choices. This book is about understanding why we do what we do, and more importantly, how we can change it. At the heart of the book is one simple but powerful concept called the habit loop. Every habit, no matter how complex, follows the same pattern: cue, routine, reward. The cue is the trigger. It tells your brain to go into automatic mode. The routine is the behavior itself, the habit you perform. The reward is what your brain gets at the end, which helps it decide whether this habit is worth remembering. Over time, this loop becomes stronger. The brain starts craving the reward as soon as it sees a cue. Eventually, the habit runs almost without conscious thought. This process happens because the brain is always trying to save energy. Habits allow us to perform tasks efficiently, without thinking. This is incredibly useful, but it can also be dangerous. Charles Duhigg explains that habits are not destiny. They are powerful, but they are changeable. To show how habits work, the book dives into fascinating real-life stories. One of the most famous is a story of a man who lost the ability to form new memories due to brain damage. Despite this, he could still form new habits. Every day, he walked around his neighborhood without getting lost, even though he couldn't explain how. This revealed something extraordinary. Habits are stored in a different part of the brain than memories and decisions. This means habits can operate independently of conscious thought. Once you understand this, a big question arises. If habits are so deeply wired, how can we change them? The answer is not to erase habits, but to replace them. Duhigg explains what he calls the golden rule of habit change. You can't eliminate a bad habit, but you can change the routine while keeping the same cue and reward. For example, if you snack every afternoon because you feel bored or tired, the cue might be time of day, and the reward might be mental relief or social interaction. The routine, eating junk food, can be replaced with something healthier, like a short walk or conversation. The key is identifying the real reward. This is where most people fail. They try to change habits without understanding what they are actually craving. The book encourages experimenting. Change a routine. Observe how you feel and track what truly satisfies you. Once you understand craving, habit change becomes possible. The book then expands beyond individuals and shows how habits shape organizations and businesses. One powerful example is a story of a struggling company that transformed itself by focusing on just one habit. Duhigg introduces the idea of keystone habits, habits that, when changed, trigger positive changes across many areas of life. For individuals, exercise is often a keystone habit. People who start exercising tend to eat better, sleep better, become more productive, and feel more confident, even if they don't consciously try to change anything else. For organizations, safety can be a keystone habit. One company dramatically improved performance by obsessively focusing on worker safety. Surprisingly, profits, efficiency, and morale all improved as well. Changing one key habit reshaped the entire culture. This shows a powerful truth. Small changes can create massive ripple effects. The book also explains how habits can be deliberately shaped by companies. Advertisers and marketers spend billions studying habit loops. They identify cues and rewards to insert their products into your routine. One example is how toothpaste became a daily habit. Early advertisers didn't sell cleanliness. They sold the feeling of freshness. That tingling sensation became the reward. Once people craved it, brushing daily became automatic. This reveals something important and uncomfortable. Habits can be engineered. Understanding this gives you power. When you recognize how habits are formed, you can protect yourself from manipulation and design better habits intentionally. As the book moves forward, it explores habits at the level of society and movements. Duhigg explains that social change often happens not because of one charismatic leader, but because of shared habits within communities. Social movements succeed when behaviors spread through networks, friends, families, peers, until change becomes normal. He breaks this into 3 parts: the habits of friendship, the habits of community, and the habits of leadership. When people see others like them adopting a behavior, it feels safer to follow. This is how habits scale from individuals to entire cultures. But perhaps the most powerful section of the book deals with willpower. Willpower, according to Duhigg, is not just a trait, it's a habit. And like any habit, it can be strengthened or weakened. Studies show that people with strong willpower don't necessarily resist temptation better in the moment. Instead, they structure their lives to avoid temptation altogether. They build routines that reduce the need for constant self-control. Willpower also functions like a muscle. It gets tired when overused, but it grows stronger with practice. When people believe their willpower matters and that they have control, they perform better under pressure. This leads to one of the most important ideas in the book: belief. Habit change doesn't truly stick unless people believe change is possible. This belief often comes from community, support groups, shared struggles, and accountability. When people believe they are not alone, change becomes sustainable. The book shares stories of addiction recovery to illustrate this point. Techniques matter, but belief is a foundation. Without belief, habits snap back under stress. With belief, even deeply ingrained habits can change. As the narrative builds, the message becomes clearer. Habits shape our identity. What we repeatedly do becomes who we are. But the book also makes something very empowering clear. You are not your habits. You are the architect of them. Once you recognize your cues, understand your cravings, and intentionally design routines, you take back control. The final lesson of the book is about responsibility. Habits are powerful, but awareness gives you choice. Even when habits feel automatic, you still have the ability to intervene. Change doesn't require massive transformation overnight. It starts with attention, with noticing patterns, with small, deliberate shifts. If you change one habit, you can change your life. If you change enough habits, you can change a community. And if societies change their habits, history itself can change. The real power of habit is not that it controls us, but that once understood, it sets us free.